Hi, guys, and welcome to the live. If you are new here, it's Amira, and I like to give commentary on common topics on YouTube, popular topics in social media, what's going on in celebrity world, career advice, life advice, advice in general. So if you enjoy that kind of content, please feel free to click that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on, and join the community because we are growing and flowing over here. So I wanted to come in for a quick live to talk about the new update with Tristan Thompson and the woman that he has been seen running around the streets with on the low, low, low to the low, low, low. Don't nobody pose to know. Maralee Nichols. So a lot of us had originally speculated that Maralee was nothing more than his personal trainer who he was having some sort of entanglement with. They were supposed to be having some kind of ongoing relationship, but new reports have come out that says that in fact Maralee was not his personal trainer. She was not having an entanglement with Tristan outside of Snapchat. And allegedly, according to Tristan Thompson, they only had relations one time, and that was March 13th, 2021. Fast forward, Miss Maralee has given birth to a beautiful baby boy, and here comes the baby. No love, no marriage, but there's damn sure a baby carriage. Now, what brings me to this topic? This topic is probably going to be a little bit more focused on just bringing awareness to men around the type of women that you meet and whether or not these women are trying to trap you. And I call it ovulation fertility trackers, Operation Pregnancy, because a lot of men are like ignorant to the fact that women, most women who are whether you're using birth control or not using birth control, most women have a very good handle on their biology, unless you have a diagnosed medical condition in which your biology is sporadic because of pre-existing conditions. For the most part, women who have who are generally in good health know exactly when they're going to be ovulating. They know, hey, they have an app, they count on a calendar method, they go by the clock method, they go by ovulation trackers. Like, women know for the most part when they're expected to ovulate. So if we believe what Tristan's saying is true, it would appear to me that Miss Maralee knew she was going to be ovulating the day of Tristan Thompson's birthday. And she said, as long as I could get me a little skeet, skeet, all skeet, skeet, then I know I'm going to more than likely get pregnant because I am healthy, I am fit, I'm going to be ovulating, and it is going to possibly lead to conception. And this is the topic I want to talk about because men, oh men, y'all got to stop being so goddamn foolish. Now, we all know that Tristan Thompson is not the brightest crayon in the Crayola case. We know that he has made a series of mistakes left and right, triangulating women, manipulating women, lying to women, deceiving women, cheating on women with their closest friends and family members. Like, this man has a very low moral compass. However, you would think that given all his previous indiscretions, he would have the good common sense to say to himself, self, what kind of women do I need to watch out for? Because these women are secretly recording me. They are collecting receipts on me. They are making sure that they have some kind of written proof or visual documentation that I am being salacious. So how can I protect myself? So this is like a warning for men. We're going to still hold these men accountable, but a little warning for men: before you decide to jump into bed with a woman who you barely know, you might want to wait the full 28 calendar days. If you ain't know, I'm here to tell you, most women, the time from your menstrual cycle to menstrual cycle is on average a 28-day period. Some women can go 31 days, some women can go 29 days, some women can go 27 days. But I suggest you sit by that woman and you catch her full cycle. Like, I want to be chit-chatting with you for a full 30 calendar days so I can know when when did Aunt Flo come visit you? When did Aunt Flo come visit you? And when can I expect for you to be ovulated so that if I'm going to be dumb, at least I know that there's a very low chance of you getting pregnant. That's what some women do. And I personally believe that if what Tristan Thompson saying is true, then it is not above me to believe that Maralee was looking at her little pre-mom app and was like, oh shoot, my day of ovulation, or a day, that this window is March 13th. Tristan Thompson's having a birthday party. Oh, I'm going to that party. I'm gonna have me a good time. I'm gonna make sure he gets nice and drunk. I'm gonna do my little flirting with him. I'm gonna make sure that I'm on his radar. And then when he least expects it, I'm gonna drop that load on him. She's a real pretty girl, got a nice little body on her. She was like, I'm gonna drop that body yaddy yaddy on him, and he gonna be drunk enough to not even remember what happened, not take that little thing out, and boom, there's gonna be a high probability of pregnancy. And I could disappear into the abyss and then hit him up when I'm good and pregnant and be like, oops, look what you done. You done slipped up and got caught up. So men, stop being dumb. Just stop being dumb. Like, if you're going to be dumb, don't be dumb on purpose. Like, follow these women, figure out what their cycle is, and then ask yourself, okay, a woman on average ovulates 14 days after her last menstrual. So the last date of that menstrual, count 14 days on average. That's going to be the date of ovulation. You need to be clocking that, homie. You need to be clocking that, because the fact that you could sleep with somebody one time, and yes, it only takes one time. I don't know why these men be like, well, I don't understand. This is Tristan. I don't understand how she got pregnant. I only slept with her one time, and then it would have only been March 13, 2021. Well, yeah, dummy, because it only takes one time to get pregnant. This is not no rocket science. You lay out that load, and boom, there's a pregnancy. I don't know if men are paying attention in health class. I don't know if they're getting the same level of education that women are getting. But home skillet, in case you are not, let me be the one to tell you, one male ejaculation contains approximately 3 to 400 million sperm. Okay, let me repeat that for the men who ain't tracking their biology. One male ejaculation contains 3 to 400 million sperm. So that means that you have 300 to 400 million times to one, because again, there is one egg, right? There's one egg on average that comes out. Some women have two eggs. Yes, that's how we get twins and all that jazz. I know. But on average, most women produce one egg, and then you got 3 to 400 million sperm chasing that egg down the riverbank. Like, we running, we marching on in, marching like them little soldiers. 10 hut. And when them eggs, when that sperm gets put into that nice warm incubus that is of a JJ, they got one assignment. The sperm literally are biologically programmed to accomplish the assignment. That's it. They are biologically wired to say, swim to that right there. Go get it and get it now. And that assignment is the egg. That is the egg. The sperm don't know what you thinking. The sperm don't know you don't want no more kids. The sperm don't know that she ain't the one you want to be with for the rest of your life. The sperm don't know that you only wanted to slip, slide, and dip and die. The sperm don't know that, baby boy. They don't. The sperm got one mission. They are biologically programmed to accomplish the mission. The mission. And when the mission doesn't get accomplished, guess who gets punished for that? The woman. Because now she's going to have a menstruation. It's not a physical punishment like a two-piece, but for some women, menstrual cycles can be incredibly aggressive. They can be incredibly painful. So when your sperm don't accomplish the mission, it's the woman that's going to suffer for your failure. Okay? She's going to suffer. She's going to expunge whatever was in there for approximately 3 to 7 business days, working days. That's what's going to happen. So please ask yourself, homie, if you're not trying to get this woman pregnant, if you're not trying to get her pregnant, what precautions are you taking as a man to not accomplish that assignment? Why are men oblivious to the fact that you play an equal footing in understanding how biology is supposed to work and how children are conceived? The excuse of I only slept with her one time is idiotic. It's idiotic and it's ignorant. And it's really frustrating. And then the woman, because it's trapping season, you think these women don't know? You don't think Maralee knew, oh, shoot, I'm ovulating today? You think that wasn't by design? You think that wasn't by design? Because it was. She knew she was trying to catch her a baller, and you played right into her hand. She had a deck. She was playing her cards. She ran a Boston on you. You know what a Boston is if you play spades, Tristan? That's when somebody wins all 13 books in the game of spades. That's it. She knew that if you was it was your birthday, you were most likely going to be drunk. You probably was engaged in a little bit more than a libation or two. Maybe you took a little bit of Molly, a little E-pill, maybe a little weed, something to impair you, just enough for you to not take it out, not to pull out, just enough for you to not realize that she ain't get up off you when that time came. Or maybe you did. Maybe you did pull out. Maybe you did try to wear a condom, but maybe homegirl had a turkey baster and you was too drunk and inebriated to realize what she had going on in these streets. So I don't know, men, y'all need to get more on board with this, what's going on in the world, because getting a woman pregnant and then expecting her to make some alternative arrangements to accommodate you, they share the same responsibility of protecting yourself, but they put it solely on the woman. Absolutely, Virgo diva, and it frustrates me to no end. I was just getting into that. Like, men, please ask yourself, like, what can you do to protect yourself from getting somebody pregnant that you do not want to raise a family with? And your plan can't be, oh, well, if she do get pregnant, my plan is to file petition to court in Texas for paternity and hopefully do my whole case in the state that's not going to give her a lot of child support and not going to give her any kind of financial stability for the baby. So basically, not only am I going to absolve myself of my responsibilities, but I'm also going to try to keep her poor in the process because it's her fault that she got pregnant. She knew that I was spoken for. Homie, you knew you were spoken for. You not only did you know you were spoken for, you know what happened when you drop a load in a woman. This ain't your first time on the rodeo. This ain't your first pregnancy. You know how Chloe got pregnant and you know how Jordan got pregnant. When you got her pregnant and left her, you know how this worked and you know that these women are coming to collect. So stop being ignorant and stop being dumb. Ask her, do not sleep with a woman until you physically, this is tea, like for all young men out there. If y'all happen to come across this live, and then I'm gonna tell my son this too when he gets a little older. I'm gonna be like, I don't care if she tell you she on the pill. I don't care if she tell you she got on the depot shot. I don't care if she tell you she's sterile. I don't care if she tell you she infertile. I don't care if she tell you she got PCOS. I don't care what that girl tell you. If until you see that red dot special come dripping on out of there, and you physically see it with your own eyes, like you see her go in the bathroom with the tampon or the pad, and you see her come out wrapped with the tissue and throw it away. Until you see that with your own eyes, assume everything she's telling you is a lie, especially if you're not trying to marry this woman, and especially if you're not trying to raise a family with her. Period. Until you see it with your own eyes, I don't care what she say, you are being lied to and capped on. Period. Period. Because women are not dumb. And a woman who, just like your sperm understand the assignment, you think women don't? Women who trying to build a future for themselves, women who are tired of being poor, women who are tired, one who want to marry into a good family, or women who want to marry into a look. Like they want to baby their way into a look, not even marriage. Because I think some women don't even care about marriage. They trying to make a baby look a certain way or create a genetic magnificence, right? Or create a lifestyle for themselves without having to do no real work, right? And what's the easiest way to do that? What's the easiest way to do that if you truly are a bird A female? Like if you a real bird A female, the easiest way to do that is to simply get pregnant by somebody who got a lot of money. Period. You ain't got to do nothing. I got your baby. You want to give me some child support. I ain't looking for no father. I'm looking for a come up. And that's the thing. You think she looking for a daddy. She like, nah, I'm looking for some cash. I'm looking for some cash because I'm tired of working. I'm tired of being in these streets. I'm tired of modeling. I'm tired of being on the club scene. I'm tired to have to sleep with random people for a Chanel bag or some Prada shoes or Prada purse or some Gucci shades. I'm tired. I was tired. I'm looking for a retirement plan. And your dumb behind signed right on the dotted line. Talking about something it was only one time. You idiot. If I was his lawyer, I would literally tell him, don't ever repeat that in court. Like, we about to go to court, and I know you saying you only slept with her one time, and that was March 13, 2021. But do me a favor and do not say that in the courtroom. I'm going to need for you to omit that whole comment. Because if I was a judge sitting on the stand and the man came up to me and was like, well, Your Honor, I only slept with her one time, and that was March 13, 2021. So I am not sure that I could be the father of this baby. It just seems very unlikely. I would be literally looking at him like, you're probably the daddy because you dumb. Because that is the comment of a very, very, very dumb person. Only a dumb person would say something so stupid. So I'm almost 90% sure that you really are the daddy because you just made a real dumb comment. And as a matter of fact, as the judge, I might give her a little extra on the sauce for you being so dumb. Like, this man is really dumb. How did you make it all the way to the NBA? You got an accountant, you got an attorney, you got a management team, you got a management team, you got a momager out of Kris Kardashian because you messing around with Khloe. Like, you got all of these resources of women around you, your own mama, all these resources of women around you to tell you how exactly this thing works, and you omitted all of those resources and went straight to, I'm gonna roll the dice, I'm gonna take a chance, I'm gonna play craps on this, I'm gonna roll this out and see what happens. No, it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And I'm sick and tired of men acting like they're ignorant to that fact. And I'm also want to educate men that some women are very calculated. Some women will induce you or entice you to take drugs and alcohol so that they can get pregnant by you. Like, they want you to lower your guard. They want for you, they know that they're going to be ovulating. Like, shoot, I'm ovulating on Saturday, so I gotta start, you know what I'm saying, on Thursday night, I gotta start warming him up for what I want. I need to sleep with this man on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for some assurance. So I got to plan a lit weekend. Let me go get the edibles. Let me go get the trees. Let me go get the liquor. Let me figure out what his vice is. If it's food, let me make sure I'm cooking my best meals I ever made. If it's whatever, outside influence, if it's he like the party scene, let me put on my best version of myself for these 4 days so I can lock this up, for better or for worse. Because I'm chasing a vibe, a look, or some money. And I'm trying to trap you. And men, stop being dumb. Stop being dumb and stop thinking that just because, oh, I pulled out. Don't you know that pre-cum, you could still get a woman pregnant from pre-ejaculation as well? If you didn't know that, here's a quick biology lesson. You can get somebody pregnant from pre-cum as well. Like, just because you took it out don't mean nothing. Like, you was in there, there are bodily fluids being exchanged left and right every time you slide up and through that thing. Left and right. So that's not an excuse either. Using a condom, also not an excuse. Why? Because condoms break. Condoms break. So if you want to assure yourself that you're not going to get this woman pregnant, you got a couple options. You can either limit your, you know what I'm saying? You know how they say there's an average percentage of your chances of you getting somebody pregnant. Like, if you want a pill, they say it's 99% effective. So it's only a 1% chance if you take the pill responsibly. If you use a condom, whatever, they're not 100% effective because condoms break. You know, you want to increase your chances of not getting somebody pregnant by taking multiple steps. So to me, maybe you want to use a condom and you also want to pull out. Maybe you want to get a vasectomy because it's reversible and you want to live your whole days like, all right, I'm in my whole season as a man. I'm gonna get a vasectomy that's reversible. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, shoot up all these clubs, bust all these blanks, and then when I'm ready to start a real family, I'm gonna get my vasectomy reversed, and it is what it is. Or I'm gonna freeze my sperm. And I'm gonna find a woman who is open to IVF because I'm not trying to have no kid out of wedlock. Or you could use a condom and pull out. Or you can make sure that the woman is on birth control and you're a part of that process. Maybe she's on the shot, or maybe she has an IUD and you saw it actually get put in. You was at the appointment when it happened. Like, take precautions for yourself and stop using it was only one time as an excuse, because that's stupid and it's ignorant and it's annoying. And then second of all, every time a woman gives birth, that is the closest she will ever be to death. Period. When a woman is going through carrying your child, she is in the most fragile condition that she will ever be as a woman. And as a man, it is your responsibility to make sure that you put as little stress in her life as possible. So doing stupid things like texting her, you should get rid of the baby or terminate the pregnancy, is stupid and ignorant. And honestly, at some point, this may sound a little crazy, but I honestly feel like that's a form of simple assault. Like, if I don't know, like, this is something I might really petition for if I was like a lawyer or like into politics, because a woman, when she is pregnant, has all of these different hormones combusting in her mind. Like, so much is going on with her body. She is literally creating life, from a blighted ovum to an embryo to bones to blood to a placenta to a umbilical cord. Like, she is forming an entire human being inside of her body. She is physically donating her life and her body to science. It's biology. So it's literally science. She's donating her body. She is putting herself at risk for so many complications that happen during pregnancy, whether it's preeclampsia, whether it's cholestasis of pregnancy, whether it's diabetes, pregnancy, what is that called? No, it's not pediatric diabetes. What is it called when you have just pregnancy diabetes? I can't think of the word, but you know, when you have diabetes when you're pregnant and then it goes away after you're pregnant, you're putting your liver at risk, your organs at risk, your heart at risk for women who have underlying heart conditions they didn't know about, and you're putting your blood pressure at risk, post preeclampsia, like you delivered a baby. And this has happened to people I know in my own life who have given birth to children and who have developed postpartum preeclampsia and have almost lost their lives. Like, I think Kadeen just talked about it on her podcast. If y'all listen to the Ellis's, like, she could have died postpartum preeclampsia. Like, it's so many ways that a woman could lose her life during childbirth. So many ways, like so many ways. The child could, you know, ectopic pregnancies, like so many things can go wrong. Fibroids, anything can happen. And so to me, when you text a woman asking her or trying to push or persuade her to terminate a pregnancy after you know that you slept with her and that you possibly could be the father, and the fact that you're telling her to get rid of it means you really think you are the father, that should be a form of simple assault. That should be a form of harassment. Like, that's harassment at the least, is simple assault at best. Because it's wrong. Keep your comments to yourself. Keep your comments to yourself for the 9 months. All you can say to her is, listen, whatever you decide to do, I'm here for it, because you know what? I put myself in this situation. So whatever it is, oh, gestational diabetes. Thank you, OC girl. I could not think of it for the life of me. But that's what I would say. I would literally say, listen, I put myself in this predicament. You put yourself in this predicament, even though right now I don't want to be a father. I do understand that this is not a decision that's up to me. This is a decision that's up to you, because it is your body. You are going to have to live with the pain and the loss of that child. You are going to have to cry those tears. And I am not going to be there to wipe any of them away, because I'm not, you know, like, I'm not going to be there to wipe any of them away. I'm not going to feel that hurt at night. I'm not going to have to go through the DNC and have, you know what I'm saying, and experience that, and like go through the ultrasound where you got to, like, you know, I don't have to go through any of that. Like, I don't got to go through any of that. You do. So at the end of the day, all I can say is, listen, this is not something I would have expected to have happen in my life at this very moment, but I understand this is not my decision. This is your decision. And whatever you decide, I gotta be there for it, because this is the circumstance I put myself in. And then you put the power in that woman's hand to do what it is that she wants to do with her body, her choice. That's my opinion on it. You don't get to berate and barrage a woman and to try to tell her that she should get an abortion. I mean, and that she should terminate the pregnancy. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Some women terminate pregnancies and never be able to get pregnant again. Some women terminate pregnancies and develop pelvic inflammatory disease or other secondary conditions as a result of unsanitary tools that were used at the time of that termination. Anything could literally happen to this woman in the middle of that. So it's a life or death situation anytime a woman conceives life or death, straight up life or death. So to me, it's hella ignorant. It's hella ignorant as a man to put yourself in that position. And it's hella ignorant as a man to not be responsible enough to understand the biology of the woman you laying down in bed with. If she good enough for you to stick your thing in, because once you stick that sucker up in there, you opening yourself up to HIV, hepatitis, syphilis, trichomoniasis, herpes, HPV. Like, the amount of disease you are opening yourself and your partner up to, because obviously you're not in a monogamous relationship. You're cheating. So you're opening up yourself and your partner. Basically, floodgates are open to all of these different things that could happen. Like, so many diseases, so many uncurable diseases, the permanency of pregnancy. And yet, and still, as a man, you feel like you're absolving yourself of that responsibility. And then as a woman, you know what you up to. I ain't nobody who could convince me that Maralee ain't know what she was up to. She looked at that pre-mom calendar and was like, yup, March 13th is the day. That's the date of conception. And this the jackpot right here. And that's why she didn't tell him for a while. Because she's like, you ain't convincing me. You're not putting that bad juju over me. I'm getting out of the safe zone. I'm making it to the month where I know that even if I do have this baby early, it's a high likelihood of survival. And you ain't, this a meal ticket. This a meal ticket. So men, stop being dumb. If you a man with money, or a man with fame, or a man with influence, or a man that a woman would try to trap because of a certain type of genetics you have, or a vibe or a look, and you barely know this woman, then stop being dumb and protect yourself. Take multiple steps to prevent this pregnancy. Put yourself in a position so that you can avoid the situation altogether, and heed the advice of the woman that you are dealing with and of this video. And stop using it was one time where I was just mad drunk, or oh, it was a mistake. That's not an excuse. It's just not an excuse. It's not, especially when you're an adult. It was a mistake as an excuse when you 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old, and you ain't never have a health class. If you made it through high school, you had health. Matter of fact, you probably couldn't graduate high school unless you took health. So instead of not paying attention in class and throwing, spitballs in the back of the classroom, or cracking jokes, or copying off people's tests because you don't want to study, you might want to crack open that biology book, home skillet. You might want to flip through them pages, skim it. Go to Wikipedia and read the cliff notes. 400 million to one. 400 million to one. That's a high. You listen, if your lottery odds were 400 to one, that you would win, it's looking like you about to be a millionaire. So every time you let loose in a woman around ovulation time, listen, if your swimmers know how to swim, they can do that backstroke. If they can stroke it on up, it's going. It's go time, baby. It is go time, baby. So vet your partner. I'm a big advocate of going to get pre intercourse screenings. Like, listen, I just met you. You just met me. We should probably go to the clinic. I make sure I ain't got nothing. Make sure you ain't got nothing. This is the stuff I'm going to tell my sons. I have 3 boys. Like, I'm open about this conversation, even though my oldest is only 10 years old. Like, we have this conversation. I talk to him about SA. I talked to him about inappropriate text to girls. I talked to him about how you could be framed for something you never even did because you're a cute little boy. Where nope. You need to understand what consent is, what yes is, what no is, what maybe is, and whether she really want to do it or not want to do it, or she just saying yeah because she's scared, is she just saying yeah because you pressuring her? Nah. I'm almost to the point now in the culture we living in, the TikTok culture, and the way people be coming after men and black men in particular. I'm to the point now where she needs to sign an agreement. You need to get her on video. It needs to be a whole recording. I consent to what's about to go down. This is me, such and such, on this such date, and I consent, because you never know. Like, you just never know. And you need to be very aware of the person you are going to be doing this with. If it don't look right, don't touch it. If it don't look right, don't put your thing in it. If it don't look right, don't go after it. This is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it's supposed to smell like. This is what it's supposed to feel like. These are conversations that, as mothers, I feel we have to have with our sons. We just have to. It's uncomfortable. It's awkward. Not just mothers, but as fathers too. But every woman doesn't have a father, and I understand that. But as a family, if you do have a significant other, encourage these conversations, encourage these dialogues. I talk to my son about it regularly. I ended up getting a phone call from my son's teacher because a girl in his class, I guess she was on her cycle. I don't know how my son knew. I guess, I don't know. But he ended up asking the girl at lunch, like, she was getting up to go to the bathroom. He was like, "Oh, are you on your period?" Like, he asked her, and the teacher called me and was like, I felt like he humiliated her, and it was an embarrassing thing to ask, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. I mean, the teacher was infuriated, and I literally was confused. I'm like, well, I understand that it probably made the girl uncomfortable, but I don't think it's inappropriate for a boy to understand the bodily functions of a girl. If you ain't telling me he said, "Oh, I want to sleep with you," he said, "Oh, are you on your period?" Because I'm like, I asked my son, I'm like, "Why did you ask her that?" He was like, "Oh, because she kept going to the bathroom and she seemed like she wasn't feeling good." So I was asking out of concern, like, "Oh, are you on your period?" And the girl, I don't know what she said to the teacher, but I'm like, I think that's healthy conversation. Like, why is it that I'm getting a phone call at home because my son is asking a girl if she's okay and is she on her period? He doesn't see that as a strange thing to ask, because we talk about periods in this household. Like, you need to know that, listen, when a girl get her period, that means she can have kids. That means if you do something with this little girl, she can get pregnant and you're going to be a daddy. Like, I'm sorry, but like, we're not going to be tiptoeing around it. Oh, it's taboo. No, this is what happens. This is what it is. This is what it is. Like, this is what happens with women. And I think it's normal and appropriate conversation, especially for middle schoolers, especially in TikTok culture where kids are doing God knows what at a very young age. And I worry about this kind of stuff. It's the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night, because you never know. Girls are fast too. Stop putting it all on boys. Sometimes girls be fast too. You got to watch these kids. You got to watch them. So I just wanted to come on real quick and talk about that, like about men scapegoating women and about the fact that women trap men. Like, Operation Pregnancy is real. Okay, learn her clock, learn her calendar, and see it with your own eyes, and protect yourself. And Tristan, Cough up that coin, buddy. Looks like you're gonna be paying old girl $40,000 a month. Look like she done caught a lick on you. She caught a lick on you. What you gonna do, homie? Because Chloe saying she done with you, which I doubt. I see Chloe spinning the block again because she just I don't know. I never seen somebody with so much going for themselves with such low self esteem. Because ain't no way I could have seen myself taking him back after he publicly humiliated me by kissing Jordan. Like, why are you kissing a little girl? Because to me, I see Chloe as an older sister to Jordan because that is her little sister's best friend. So to me, it's beyond just another woman. It's like you are literally coming to my household. We broke bread together as a family. You notice this is a little girl to you because she's my little sister's best friend. Even though she's a grown woman and it's nothing, rapey about it, it's still a little girl. It's still a little girl. It's still a little girl in my eyes because she's younger than us and she's my little sister's friend. Why are you kissing on her? That's humiliating. She should have never took him back after that. So now she got to eat that. She got to eat the mistake that she made, which is why I think she gonna spin the block. Cause this ain't the first, second, or third time he done cheated on her. And they got a baby together, and I don't know what he got over her. But Tristan must have a nice little King Kong on him because he got these girls just be busting it wide and spreading it low by any means. But anywho, that was my live for today. A little quick check-in on this Tristan Thompson and Maralee Nichols situation. Hopefully, since the judge gave her jurisdiction in California, looks like her case is going to work out quite fabulously in her favor. And I hope that Tristan Thompson learns a very good lesson. And that lesson is stop sticking your thing up in anything, because that's how you end up with little babies. And you know what? She might name the little boy Tristan Thompson Jr. just to spite him. Just to spite him, just a little bit more. You dumb, and here's the dumber. I'm gonna name him Tristan Thompson Jr. and take that opportunity smooth away from Chloe. I'm with the junior now. Take that opportunity away from every other woman you think you about to run into too, because I was supposed to just be your Snapchat jump off, and now I got the baby boy. I got him. Stupid. So Tristan, do better. Do better. And Maralee, you got your retirement plan. Do better, sis. You ain't got the trap folk. Do better. All right. Thank you guys for joining the live. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye. Oh, don't forget to like the live, comment, and subscribe, and join the membership if you like. Bye.